As you can see in this student example, after you've made your box drawing, and especially after you've made that extra increment on the left-hand wall, it's time to set up your grid and make room for your title block. Now this is the size of your grid. As you pull it out of your kit, it's on an 11 by 17 inch paper, but you can see the dimensions of our final drawing are much different. It's going to be 12.5 inches wide and 13.5 inches tall. We're going to be using the horizon line as a convenient way to measure both above and below to find our height dimensions. So the first one we're going to look at is how much above the eye level is the top line of our border. And it's 3.5 inches from the horizon to the top line of our drawing. Now at the bottom, we're going to get a little fancy here. You should also have some blank 11 by 17 inch paper in your kit along with the grids. Fold that in half lengthwise and turn your grid over and tape half of that to the back of your grid. It's very important you do it on the back. We don't want a big patch of tape on top of our drawing. So you can use your masking tape, or if you have clear tape, that would be fine. And it will add that extra length that we need at the bottom so that we can put in our title block. Notice that there's a fair bit of paper left over at the bottom of the title block space. So the title block doesn't exceed all the way to the bottom of this. What we're trying to do is get a size that will look good for our composition and also fit on our marker paper that's only 14 by 17 inches. To do that, we have to measure down from the horizon again. This time measure down 10 whole inches to find the very bottom line of the title block. Then measure back up 2 inches to get the depth of the title block. And this should give us a complete measurement of 13.5 inches for our height. Because remember, there was 3.5 inches at the top. Now we've added 10 more inches below the horizon, gone back up 2 to find the depth, the thickness of the title block, and we should be done. So here we have the final dimensions, 13.5 inches high and 12.5 inches wide. Now the 12.5 inches may vary a little bit depending on that extra increment that you added over on the left wall. In your figuring out, yours might be just slightly wider, a little bit less. It's okay. As long as you've got one there and it appears larger than the one beside it, you should be just fine.